Hello everyone, so today I will do a machine catalog update, and the hypervisor behind it is a Citrix server. Um, it's a simple process, but I just want to share with you some details. Okay, so first let's take a look at our machine catalog. So this is my machine catalog, and I have 3 servers. They are all powered on, registered, everything looks nice. And let's take a look at the hypervisor, and I want to show you, and this is also a reminder for me in the future in case I forget. So each catalog, each MCS catalog will have a base disk. So from this base disk, the Citrix MCS process will create as many clones as you want, and it will use the same disk to also uh, update your existing machines. So not the same one, it will create a new one, and it will assign the new base disk to your to your already existing VMs. So in this catalog, all the VMs, all those 3 VMs, 1, 2, 3, they all are created from this base disk. And now when we start the MCS update process, a new disk will be created, and this disk will only be removed when all the 3 servers have the new image. So if they are powered on and you do the machine catalog update, uh, they will not get the new disk until you restart them, but from they need to be restarted from studio, so not from not from the hypervisor, not with normal power and restart. That will not apply the new image. Okay, so let's start. I already created a new snapshot, so we just go to update machines. Next. I only have on one master because it's my test lab. So this is my new snapshot. So let's push this. Um, in a productive environment, I recommend you to always go with the first option. So on next shutdown. So never select immediately, because this will reboot your VMs, even if you are able to set here uh, I don't know, in 2 hours, in 3 hours, but you will not have the control over it. So I recommend you to go with the first one, so that you manually restart the VMs. Go next and finish. So this process will take some time. I will pause the video and come back when it's done. Um, and we can also before I pause the video, let's take a look at our hypervisor, and it should start to create a new a new dev base disk with today's date. So today is 10th of June, and we should see a new base disk here, and also the old disk until we reboot all the servers, all the clones. But because this is my test lab, I believe this will take some time, and we will just wait. Let me pause the video. So the machine catalog update is done, but I had to run it one more time because I received an error, and I didn't save the error, so you just have I just have the failed machine catalog update. But this was because I did not have sufficient memory on my hypervisor. So this is my home labs, and because here the clone was started. Let's start it. Let's start it one more time. So everything was started, and I have not enough available memory to boot the MCS master. The MCS update process does require that you have the same amount of RAM as the master available on one of the pool members in your Xen server pool, or if you have VMware VMware cluster, it's the same thing. So just to keep in mind, uh, if your master has, I don't know, mine has 2 GB, this is nothing. But if you have a master with 60 GB of RAM, you need at least that amount available on one of the pool members in your um, Xen server configurations, so that the MCS update process in the background can boot up one time the MCS master, because you do not see that boot process, but it's happening in the background. And I had that error, and I had to restart the MCS process. Okay, so let's go back to our initial actions. So I've done the MCS catalog, so the machine catalog update, and as you can see, we have now both base disks. So one from today and one from 17th of May, when I've originally created the clones. So, and if we go on each clone, you can see that they use the old disk. Even this clone that I have started after the machine catalog update, even this one is using the same old base disk. So for our clones to get the new disk, we need to restart them from Studio, so from nowhere else, not from the hypervisor, not from the operating system itself. So we just need to go on the delivery on the machine catalog, select the first one, for example, and just restart. And if we go back to the hypervisor, it's already started the restart process. Let's see the console. and it should, after the restart, it should have the new disk. Okay, it's now powering on. And I believe we already can go to the storage and see that it has now our new disk attached. And if you go on the storage, okay, let's go with rescan. So we still have both, because until we reboot every clone in this catalog, both disks will be there. So this is very important to, after each machine catalog update, you should check if all the clones have been restarted, and you need to make sure that the old base disk is gone. Okay, let's restart the other two servers so that we can see that the disk will be removed after a successful restart of the entire catalog. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so I restarted this one first. Okay, this one got the latest disk, and I believe this is the last one. Let's go back on the storage. And normally, immediately after the last one has rebooted, the old disk should go away. Or this is how I know it should happen. Let's see. Okay, so it seems that I was wrong. The old base disk does not get deleted immediately. I found an article, and let's see, Chrome. From this article, I understand that that the disk will be deleted after, where was it? Where is the default? The default is, I saw it here somewhere. Default is 1 hour. So the old disk should be removed uh, in 1 hour, at least 1 hour. Nevertheless, I can pause the video and check back in 1 hour. Okay, something new I learned today. Okay, so I'm back. So I did read more about this topic, and as as it's written here in the Citrix article, um, the default for the heartbeat interval is 1 hour, and for the retry interval is 6 hours. And I did mess around with those values to make it work faster. And now it's finished and completed. And I used those commands, and I set it so this value is for 2 hours, but I set it to 1 minute and 2 minutes so that it goes faster. And yes, if we go to our Xen server, now the cleanup is finished, and the old base disk is gone. Okay, this was it. I hope I didn't create too much confusion, but I wanted to show you that this task, this image cleanup, is running in the background, and it takes some time for the disk to disappear. So you just have to be patient, or if you really need to delete that base disk, just change the timings with these commands. Okay, thank you for watching.